Hello. Gotta fix some crap real quick. Hi everyone. So I gotta fix some crap real quick. I really hate using the virtual audio interface, because when you use it with Vienna Ensemble Pro, which is what I just opened over here, sometimes it just completely glitches out. And if it does it, you'll hear it and you'll be like, what the hell is that? So I gotta restart Vienna Ensemble Pro, close the DAW, restart the driver. So I'm gonna mute in case it just goes crazy. We shall see. So how's everyone doing? Hello, 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 everybody. How is everyone doing today on this fine day? I don't know what the temperature is, but it's 85 degrees outside, and it's probably 50 degrees down here. And it feels like a refrigerator. So if this doesn't work, I'm just going to close out the whole Vienna Ensemble and just say F it. And we'll check out the product without it. So we got a few things to look at today too. Again, viewer's choice pretty much. Of course, the sample logic. That's your big boy. And then we have Ubershaw, Audiofire. The King Sounds is free. That was a fun little one. Sample, I don't have that one, but I have all the other ones. Okay, let's check our audio. Options, voice meter. Sounds like it's sent to the wrong reverb, doesn't it? It's like cavernous. It's because the synth I use is always going through that reverb, and I disconnected it. Synth. Well, let's just delete that. Oh, I duplicated it. That's the exact opposite. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go. Okay, let's make a track with Symphonic AI. Let me open my chat again. Do 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 do. London weather is fine, but rain is coming. It absolutely poured down rain yesterday, or maybe the day before. But it was, it was 2 days ago. It was absolutely crazy. I was in a store, bought some stuff, perfect day, and then but by the time I left, it was absolutely pouring. Absolutely pouring. Is Studio One better than Logic? I don't know. Are you an Apple user or a Windows PC user? I've never used Logic. I don't use Apple computers, so I don't know. I wish I could help a bit more. Simple Logic. Symphonic AI. Oh no. I didn't do a battery save. Let's just start working on the track. Get you out of here. Maybe. No. Maybe not. Oh, loaded. Studio One costs a lot more. I don't think so. Okay, I'd only have this full orchestral stuff because Symphonic AI is obviously kind of a synth orchestra library. So I want to make, a cool hybrid orchestral track with it, which is very easy to do. So let's check it out. I want something kind of bassy, a bit percussive. A lot of these are percussive by nature. Brass. Distorted, edgy. American Booty. That's what it says. Kind of like that one. Okay, so someone asked for an explanation. So you guys know the sample logic stuff. If you don't, it's it's like synth sound design stuff. What makes this one different? It's based on real orchestral samples, as you can hear. It still sounds synthy because we've got like these different effects and sequencers going on, but you could hear like the marimba. These are all velocity sensitive too, so when I hold it down sort of quietly, it's nice, subtle, and then you mash it and you get that marimba in there too. I always start in C or D or G. It's too easy. Okay. What's the best way to make an impact? A big ass piano. But maybe not slamming the piano, just kind of subtly channeling it. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with the chat, try to pay attention to everyone. So I know my own template, so I'm gonna like do a lot of my own stuff that I use in almost every track, which may be helpful because I know with our video game series, a lot of people still, ask me about, how to create tracks or how I do it. This is not how to do it. This is how I do it. So this is by all means not a definitive thing. I didn't do my key switches for that yet, but I still have them in the drum editor. Let's see if that's long enough. Okay. I want that a little earlier. Okay. Oops, ramp it up a bit. Progressive overload. Here in the, I do that again. Not like that. There we go. Okay, ramp it up a bit in the second half of the intro, at least. And I think I don't want that low, maybe. You hear how when I had the two notes, it had the arpeggio. And add some percussion. We'll use modern animated percussion since lots of people have talked about it already. It's 2:46. While I'm loading this stuff, we'll do our first giveaway. Modern animated percussion. The old map. Mapperoo. Okay, so giveaways. How does that work? Oops, I just showed the first number. Or the last number. So I'm not going to use that anymore. It was 812, and that's not a winner anymore. Just FYI. Okay. So, for giveaway, type, when I say go, type a number between 1 and 1,000. Not yet. When I say I'll type go in the chat, type a number between 1 and 1,000. You can only type one number or else you will be disqualified. We will perma-ban you from the chat forever. Just kidding. But, ready. 1 through 1,000, not 1 equals 1,000. And go. And I'm going to continue down here. Kind of like that. We'll see how it sounds with everything. Uno numero, por favor. I think you're all doing good with that, though. All right. Stop. Who broke the rules, Arfo? Who broke the rules? Okay. We'll deal with you in time. This number was 42. Pretty low. You know what that means, though? It's easier to find a winner. So I see, what did I see? 34, I think that would be it. Because I see a 30, a 29, but 34, it's 8 off. Exactly, the answer to everything. Mark Beebe. The Beebs. So you email. support@audioplugin.deals. I want a different percussion. Loop. Headhunter, it sounds hybrid-y. I don't really like the marimbas here for this particular track. So let's see. Okay, source marimba. So again, a little bit about Symphonic AI. We can go in and swap out the source here. Piano, harp, oboe. Kind of interesting. Yeah, people win a $50 gift card to usually it's to audio plugin deals, but right now it might be to I'm gonna check the email. You guys probably know more than me if what it says in the email, because I do this shit all the time and we change it up sometimes. You'll find out when you get it. Kind of like that. Just kind of subtle, hybridy. And I want some kind of big swells right now. So again, a lot of you may know this, but for orchestral, it's all about the dynamics, how the instrument plays. So for instance, if I just had like horns blaring, it's fun to do that when you are, you know, in the thick of battle. But if you just start off the track, you know, and then all of it's subtle, and all of a sudden you have just horns blowing your fucking face off. Or if you had just like a sustain and it just like, you know, it's all about the dynamics. So if you do use a sustain, it's easy to kind of, this is the most basic you can do, is just drawing a curve, which of course you can do it, you know, up the, not like that, up, kind of like that. You know, probably cut it off a bit sooner. And, you know, it's a lot better than what I just played, or if you just have a sustain with one. You know, little things like that. I've got it on like this. Okay, change that. There we go. Fade it down to 0. Anyway, little boring tips for you. And you can also get libraries that like already do this kind of automatically, which is a lot simpler to work with. So that's the whole dynamics already baked in there. It's pretty cool. I don't remember if I have this on a... I have no idea where it is on my system. So as you can see, the Symphonic AI just adds a lot of motion and excitement, especially for a hybrid track like this. And so we'll just add more layers of this, and you can do arpeggios and cool stuff like that as well. So it's 3 o'clock. We'll do giveaway numero dos. All right, guys, so giveaway. Someone just asked about it. How do you enter? Wait till I say go. I'm going to type go into the chat right here. And then you pick a number between 1 and 1,000. You can only type one number, and you type your number in, and whoever is closest by the time I say stop will win a $50 gift card. Mark BB, however you say it. I had typed the email for you. This is for you, Mark. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear, but you email them that email right there, support@audioplugin.deals, and say, hey, I'm Mark Beebs, and I won, and they'll give it to you. Okay, ready for giveaway number 2. Go. Okay, so I'm going to change this preset here. I just duplicated the whole track and loaded up another instance here. Oh, I like that already. I think I used this one in the video I did. Oops, okay. All right. What are you, like 8,000 people type 777? What is this? This is a conspiracy theory. And stop. What was the number? Dude, what the fuck? I'm not kidding. That's what the number was. You guys peaked. You guys had to have cheated. Because like 3 people typed 1 off from that. And whoever is closest, I go with the first one. Which was Jorge. Winner. Right there. Done deal. No arguments. Yes, you were. No arguments. No whining. That's what it is. And there's the email for you. I think you've won before. You did not win JKL. It was Jorge. Or I think it's how you pronounce it. Yep, I knew you'd won before. You didn't type it before him. I'm looking right here. I got the screenshot. Okay. Back to the track. That was giveaway number 2. So this is really subtle, this Godzilla layer I just added. If you got headphones, you can barely hear it. I like it. So there we have that synth, that kind of gated, kind of stutter sounding brass. Which again, we can edit a bit. Auto saving. How would I go about writing in 6/8? I would change the time signature to 6/8. Play it through with the metronome, or just with doing something like that. I just experiment mostly with actually playing it. You guys see me a lot of time when I'm doing a track like this. I just draw in stuff, but that's, you know, rarely how I do it in real life, because there is a, when I use this voice meter, there's always a buffering delay, and it's pretty difficult to play it properly. Even if it's a little delay, it's difficult to play it properly when we're doing it live because of the thing. Anyway, for different time signatures, you know, usually I would have like a reference track that, you know, 6/8 is this really kind of adventurous feel, and I do that a lot when I'm writing for an actual picture, like for a movie or something. When, I mean, you can just kind of tell by the flow of the movie that the hits need to be, they're not going to be 4/4, so they're going to be, you know, 6/8 3/4, something like that, and then just play around on the keyboard with the metronome and find that kind of rhythm, because it'll be obviously different from 4/4, which is what I always do when I'm kind of writing these kind of example tracks. What do you guys see me do here is kind of like the bare basics. So Godzilla. Back to the Godzilla. That's a really dry brass. It says chamber brass in the, in the description of the actual preset. Okay. I've had such an eventful week, guys. I want to, you know, add in some trombones to this. So this style right here, I absolutely love it, and I kind of call it the monster style. Why? Because it reminds me of King Kong, of like the old dinosaur movies from like the 60s with the claymation dinosaurs. Um, there is like some modern kind of hybrid stuff, but just like those kind of dissonant chords, it sounds very Jurassic to me, and I love it. And I think I missed some questions here. I'm gonna go up here. Someone asked. I know someone asked me like my favorite contact libraries or something. Did someone ask that? I'm not gonna talk about a bunch of bullshit if no one actually asked it. Do. Third time winning. Anyway. Yes. What are your top 2 favorite contact libraries? I can't pick, man. I can't pick. I can't pick just 2 in general. In fact, I can't even pick like 50. So there are, some of them that I use on every track. Okay, if I had to pick one strings, it would be Cinematic Studio Strings. That would be it. If I had to pick just one string library, that would be it. No doubt. And then for brass, JXL Brass isn't Contact, so can't pick that. 8-Dio Sentry Brass is one that I've used for years. And even when you buy all these new ones, if you keep going back to an older library, to me it's about the playability. Like, for instance, I have the BBC library from Spitfire, okay? It's not bad, but like other libraries are pushing the envelope more on the actual playability. And at this point we're at a point where samples all sound fucking good. There's no way we're still gonna sound like, an old MIDI keyboard from the 80s. But anyway, that's an example where even the latest and greatest, the BBC, while it does sound good, and I use it to build like a nice foundation, and it's kind of more of a, it's very realistic. It's more of a classical sound as opposed to cinematic, but I layer it over. But like the 8-Dio Sentry Brass or the strings, which I don't have turned on inside of Vienna Ensemble Pro. But again, this tackles that concept I told you about dynamics, and how with the 8-Dio libraries it's just baked in, and they're called the arcs, and I use them all the time, and you'll never be able to get something quite as realistic as that by using the modulation, which is what I did down here on this horn line. Of course it sounds good. I've got a weird one here. It sounds good, of course, but it's not quite the same. Like there's strings that are still loading over here. Anyway, I can't pick 2, but I just told you some. So someone asked me this question: what libraries do they always go to? I'm going to read you that exact answer. Because he was like, I always find myself using the same libraries. This was on a Facebook group. And I was like, you know what? Me too. Even if I have the latest and greatest and they say it sounds better than anything else, I still like the stuff and that's focused on how easy it is to play and get realistic results as quickly as possible. I can copy and paste it. This is my answer to that guy earlier, a friend of mine. Oh, can't send it. It's too big. We'll go in the notepad. I said I use these on almost every track. Noir and the Grandeur piano. The Grandeur I'm using right now. That's the Native Instruments piano. Right here. This came with Complete 10 Ultimate. It was the first big sample pack I got, and I still use it more than anything else, so that should tell you something, even though I have all this new stuff. Textures, I love textures, so like Spitfire, Oliver Arnold's Chamber Evos, which is the string textures and swells, and British Drama Toolkit, again, Spitfire Audio. Time Macro, which is orchestral tools, and then another Spitfire Tundra strings, brass, and winds. These are all right here in my template. So you hear how it's, it starts soft, it swells, and it's kind of got the rhythmic parts to it. This British Drama Toolkit, which is the really intimate version. It's just solo strings and woods. And then, Tundra strings is a big lush, but it's very icy, soft. 8th Century Brass, which I mentioned. Forzo, which I have been using here for those crescendo bends. Forzo is so powerful, even though I have like the JXL brass. Forzo is just an ensemble, so it's got trumpets, horns, cimbasso, tuba, and trombones, all of that in one. So you can just take one note, put it down the octave, and you get a nice thick, and it's got that little bend at the end. Oh, woodwinds. I actually really like the BBC woodwinds. Berlin woodwinds, the soloists, which are very nice and expressive. And this is another thing I go on with playability, where okay, those are turned on, I think. So with playability, again, with a lot of them, they sound fantastic, but you'll have to alter the dynamics a lot, like I did in the horns. Again, going down here and drawing in the dynamics. And then with the Berlin, so it's a bit harder to work with, but you hear how the note starts, and okay, let me turn that off. Oh no. Okay. You hear how it starts and the note ends naturally. So it is harder to work with because the note won't sustain forever, but I love it because it just works. The note will carry nicely into the next measure. It won't go on too long, and it'll just end automatically. And what else? Vento. I like Vento. I don't like Novo. Someone asked, how do you feel about Novo? Novo is the string version of, so Forzo is the brass from Heaviosity. Vento is the woodwinds from Heaviosity. Novo are the strings from Heaviosity, which are my least favorite out of those three. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's actually very good. But I still prefer the Cinematic Studio strings. And then percussion, Strike Force, and LA Modern Percussion. So there you go. There's a long-winded answer, but I think there's a lot of useful info in there. I do like Novo, but I only really use the shorts. The legato is not realistic, but again, it's made for those hybrid sounds. I do use it all the time for the designed sounds, but I use Forzo and Vento just for, realistic sounds. They sound great. And again, those are turned off. But Vento has some really good textures. Let's use that low Godzilla sound. Not that. Maybe it was this. Yeah, we just gotta lower it down quite a bit. Ooh. Thank you, Steven. He said tracks sound really good. Yes, so we got 2 giveaways left. Someone asked if I had Nucleus. I do have Nucleus, and I do like that a lot for sketching. When a client asked for a demo, and I just sketch out an idea. And I even say, I'm going to add a lot more layers, but if you're writing like a free watermarked, like 15, 30-second demo, I'm not going to spend a crap ton of time on it. You know what I mean? Fabfilter, I use Fabfilter as well. I use Fabfilter in the Sonable Smart EQ 2. So this is, I think I have, yeah, right here. You can see the Smart EQ 2. I have a setting here for the Cinematic Studio strings, which is like a, you know, custom curve where I cut some of the mids. And so there's your proof, Smart EQ 2 on my main template on every single instrument from Cinematic Studio strings. But I don't always turn it on, depends on the track. I think we'll have a lot of the Sonable stuff because we work with them a lot. I want to add some synth stuff here. Something I love to do with the hybrid style track. Get some plucks. This is Reveal Sound Spire, which I love for EDM. I love it for plucks as well because they are velocity sensitive. Not all of them, but for instance, now not all synths are like this with plucks, but you see how it's velocity sensitive. Which makes it easy to do a kind of rise in. I'll show you guys. Yeah, I like this one a lot. What are my favorite DAWs to work in? I love Studio One, of course. This is Studio One 5, and they recently had the new feature of implementing the articulation key switches down here, which makes it so easy. Sometimes I still use Cubase for scoring to picture with writing for films or anything with visual, but mostly, 90% of my work is done in Studio One now. So again, with Spire, if you want to have a kind of rise with this, it's easy because it's all velocity sensitive, and you can do like... So you just change the velocity instead of using the mod wheel. Just kind of easy. So let's make it more interesting here. So again, progressive overload. What do I mean by that? Just by adding more for each little section. There we go. Take that, add it into the violins, and what do we get? Something more presentable. Make sure I got the right key switch here. Spiccato. Okay, there you have it. Let's do another giveaway. Crisis. Matthias says it reminds him of Crisis, which is a great game composed by Enon Zur, who also did Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Dragon Age Origins. Okay, lots of questions here. I'm looking. Hive 2. I don't have Hive 2, but heard it's great. Is there any global limiter? Yes. All I use on like my main template is a limiter. It's actually one that we sold a while back from Acon Digital. It's just limit. That's it. There's no compression. All this does is stop it from clipping and going over. Let's see. We're going to do the giveaway. 1 second. Do I mix my own songs? Yes. The thing with mixing, guys, is like when you have libraries, I've spent, tens and tens of thousands of dollars on libraries. You shouldn't have to mix them. That's a bit of a dodgy question. Here we go. Here's Hans. It's satisfying. So, with your good libraries, you're not supposed to really mix it a lot. I don't really mix things like that. A lot of the times it's just leveling. It's just gain staging. Exactly. Garrett just said just gain stage. That's exactly what I do. It is a lot of fine tuning with that. As you can see, there is nothing here except on the Cinematic Studio strings. When I want more of a trebly bite for them to cut through a bit more, that's all I do is EQ right here. 5 tracks of EQ as inserts on Cinematic Studio strings. That's it. I don't do any crazy EQing unless it's like a lot of synths going on together. But still, mostly it's just gain staging. I may mix in EQ stuff when I use distortion, but really it's just raw library sounds sent to reverbs and then gain staging, which is adjusting the actual volume either here or inside of the library itself. Again, because these libraries are meant to sound as good and realistic as possible, and you don't want to mess with that too much. Yes, with guitar, it's a whole new story. Okay, giveaway 3. When I say go into the chat, type one number between 1 and 1,000. Most of you know the drill in case we have any new people. Those are the rules. Only type one number, or you will be humiliated and shamed for the rest of your life. Not really. Go. Let's listen to our lovely track that we've made today. Gotta finish the track first. Oh, I did the final brass swell. But it's a nice little ending. Here we go. There we go. Beautiful crescendo at the end. So this number was 492. So if you guys couldn't tell, earlier the number was 776. I was doing like famous years. 1776, whole revolution in America. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. This is what I do. I get bored picking numbers. See a lot of 400s. 474. 18 off. You guys see a winner, or who you think is a winner. Oh, I see 484. Pretty close. .484 is 8 off. 504 is 12 off. I think that would be 484, unless you guys see another one. There's a bit more this time. Oh, who put 500? I didn't see it. Oh, okay. So 500 is only 8 off, and I do see that now. Where'd you go? Whoever wrote it first. So I might have been right in the beginning. Now I can't find it. Who wrote it first? Okay, TPR wrote it first, so. Nope. The way I do it every time, whoever wrote it first, if there's a tie like that, TPR was first. Whoops. And there's always going to be someone's pissed off. But, oh well. It happens. Alright, have a good day. Stephen Kravis. Or Kravis. So that was our track. Supplemented with some nice motion with Symphonic AI. And it's about a minute and 37 seconds long. You could send it right here, the way it is, to a library for TV production and get it placed. You know what's funny? I've written a lot of like really complex tracks, and like the first one that ever got a placement was something I wrote over 4 years ago, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago. And it's like now when you listen to that, you're like, this sucks. I mean, it's not terrible, but you're like, I can do so much better. But it was this simple track that got the first placement because you never know. You never know. So we'll do the final giveaways. It is 3:50. We've gone about an hour and 20 minutes. I agree, Arfo. It's exactly like that. Guys, no, he didn't. I saw when TPR wrote the number. We're not arguing. We're not fussing over it. It's done. So we're doing the final giveaway right now. Go, go, go. Final giveaway. Got the 420, got the 666. All my boxes are checked of what I knew you guys would type. Oh. So I went tubing last Sunday, tubing down the river, got all banged up on the rocks, and I already go to a chiropractor, so, a little bit in pain. Then yesterday, went downtown and got a massage. A massage. And I bought a motorcycle, so that's my week. Pretty eventful. I know there's other stuff I'm missing too. We went on the road trip. That's why I wasn't here a couple weeks ago. We were on a road trip. Had a lot of fun. July 4th. I'm in Baltimore. So yes, massage, face masks on everywhere I go. Even on the road trip, how much did me dad charge you for the massage? You guys don't know what tubing is? I understand that because it's not everywhere. It's where you just get in an inner tube and float down the river. It's like a wussy version of whitewater rafting. And you just kind of float down the river. But there are a lot of rocks, and you can get pretty bruised up if you're not careful. This is tubing. You just float down the river. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, it's kind of relaxing, kind of fun. And I got a Suzuki SV650 motorcycle. I forgot about the giveaway. I'm going to answer a couple questions and I'm going to say the thing. Someone asked me what I do in my free time. I love hiking, love being outside, love fitness. I love going to the gym. I love reading and, of course, music. But, my biggest other passions are being outside, walking my dogs, taking care of my little pooch pack with the audio plug-in pooch, and stuff like that. So, let's see what this number is. The big reveal. 549 was the final number. So yeah, when we went 9 hours away from the East Coast to the Midwest, and the further along we got, no one was wearing masks and stuff. We wore our masks in every single place, social distance from everyone, and no one else was really doing it. They do have a very, very low number of cases in that small town, but still, it was kind of weird to come from a place where it's required and not everyone, but 99% of the people here wear their mask inside, and there we were the exception. It was kind of weird. So I see 555, which is 6 over. The winner was 549, or winning number. Excuse me. If you guys see a closer one, please shout. But I think that would be it. I didn't know that was the price of Forzo. Where are you at, Ketzel? You did not have 549. You typed. $555 is the winner. Unless you guys seriously see someone I don't see. I don't see another. And we're still arguing about TPR last time, guys. Resentment. It'll kill you. Acceptance is the key to all my problems. I answered all my problems today. So I'm going to show off a bit. You guys asked what kind of motorcycle I got. Oh, here's my bruise from tubing. So the rock hit me right there. Nice dark little bruise. But of course, a lot of fun was had by all. It was my aunt's birthday. And I bought this because I wanted to. It is beautiful. Okay, so yeah, support and audio plugin dot deals. Tamaz, you won. Yes, I love the color. It's originally a dark, it's a 650, SV 650. So not a race bike. It's more of a sport touring bike. It's a 2008, had 9,100 miles. The guy who sold it to me was really, really cool and had some nice aftermarket mods for it. It's someone he hadn't even installed the mods. He just gave them to me to install. He's an older guy, took really good care of it. And that was like my number one choice. I've been looking for a bike, and you know, the prices on SV 650s are very good. And there's, you know, a lot of Ninja 300s and 400s, which is 300cc, 400cc, which is a big downgrade in power. And they sell them for, you know, $5,000 or more, even when they're used. So I got a great deal on a nice ass bike. Yes, it is my first bike. And I researched long and hard for it. I chose that. So it's predictable. It's powerful, but it's forgiving. It's not a race bike where you just rocket off in the 9K RPM range. It's pretty. Knox Theory. I always come to these live streams not for the contest, but for musical insight. And I'm also a digital artist. That is awesome. You mean drawing artist, painting, digital art, you mean? So yeah, giveaways are done. Shoot your questions, comments, conversation in the chat. We'll hang out for a little bit. It's 4 p.m. here. So does anyone notice the lighting's a bit different today? I ordered something from Wish.com. It took 6 months to get here from China, and it's finally here. And we can change there's a cool light, there's a blue, there's nice and warm. Pretty cool. Cheap as shit, but works great. Yes, I love Studio One. Knox Theory. I'm also a drawer, more pencil and paper sketcher. I really like drawing animals. As you can tell, most of you know, I love nature. I love my doggies. I love being outside, so I love drawing nature, animals, stuff like that. It takes me a long time to complete a drawing, but I really love doing it. I'm trying to find some sketches. My favorite one is of a bear. And I've also drawn I drew the audio plugin Pooch. I know you all know her. So maybe that's a good one to start with if I can find it. If you see me swatting at the air, there's one sole little gnat down here. Just one. And it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. Oh, here's a few years ago I saw Hans Zimmer. There's Hans and the Lion King singer and the daughter. So like Hans is playing all this epic music, and then this guy was like hiding in the shadows and busted out singing the Lion King, and like the crowd went more crazy in that one moment than the rest of the whole night, because like it was just our childhood relived in front of us. It was awesome. Oh, here's the audio plugin Pooch that I drew. You all know her, our lovely audio plugin Pooch. And this is the original. If you don't know the audio plugin Pooch, you gotta know the audio plugin Pooch. If you're new here, this is our unofficial mascot, Marley the dog. The audio plugin Pooch. Looking at questions. Yeah, COVID slowed Wish shipping down big time. I ordered this even before that. Not even kidding. And then it hit, so of course I expected it to take a while. I'm not mad. AudioFire deal is very good. AudioFire makes awesome stuff. I have a video on that one if you guys haven't seen. The Atmosphere bundle. Let's share that video for you guys. It's going to play automatically. So if you haven't, someone said AudioFire deal. If you haven't seen the video that I did, just a little look at it, how it works. You should look at getting crash guards or frame sliders. Already ordered them. Garrett ordered some because the fairings are really nice. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about the motorcycle. The fairings are really nice, and don't want to mess it up. Studio One is amazing. I love Studio One. Studio One 5 is great. Will Joseph says, I'm thinking of signing up for Studio One's new subscription model just to try it out. You should be able to get a demo of Pro that you can try out for 30 days. I know I tried out both Cubase and Studio One before I decided which one to purchase. I ended up getting both, but that's besides the point. Is 10.5 for Cubase buggy? I did find some bugs in it with articulation switching and stuff. How did you like the time cut from inception to end the show? Michael asked that. From the Hans Zimmer show, it was the best concert I've ever been to. We were like, 6th row. That pick was zoomed in a little, but we were right up there. It was absolutely amazing. Super, super inspiring. Sample the audio plugin Pooch made audio plugin Pooch audio plugin. You guys really want that? She whines and she makes, wolf noises as opposed to dog noises. I can't seem to make my contact libraries to look like that. I guess you need the full version. Knox Theory, what exactly do you mean by that? Do you mean how these panels are over here like that? Because those are contact player libraries. I'm not sure what. Maybe this is contact 6 as well. Maybe there's a little bit of a difference. Not sure. Mark Kohler said, why am I here again? I don't know, dude. We're just having fun chatting about stuff. The giveaways are over. Why are you here? I don't know. You can leave. You can do whatever you want. It's your life. Your choice. Thanks, TG. Extra. Okay, talking about the have a good day, Kim Warden. Yeah, this is the full version, but only the player libraries show up over here. It's just a compatibility thing. Full version will be over here, or just have to browse for it. It's kind of annoying. The thing is that companies have to pay Native Instruments a lot of money to register the serials in here, and there's also different quality control standards when you have a panel over here. So Native Instruments goes in and codes it and makes sure everything is up to snuff. So Matthew has just bought AudioFire Deal. Have fun with it, because I really love that one too. I love AudioFire. Joe, are you talking about for Symphonic AI? A lot of the sample logic stuff, I'm here to be honest, it is CPU intensive. That can be alleviated some by doing the batch resave, which I haven't done yet, and loading it off a solid state drive as opposed to a spinning disk hard drive. But you're absolutely right. You're not crazy. They are pretty CPU intensive, but they have a lot of complex effects going on. So sometimes I will find certain libraries, not even just from this, like Perk X from Audic. That's a very complex percussion, plugin. It's not a library, it's a separate plugin. But I find that too will kind of lag the entire DAW. And sometimes it's certain presets, sometimes it is a certain effect within the layers. And it is a pain in the ass, but just kind of going through and enabling different layers and disabling different layers, disabling different effects, and seeing what is actually causing that. There are a few different, usually the more rhythmic, percussive, sequenced type libraries will take more of a CPU hit, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. Is Complete Control a keyboard thingy? Yes, but it's also a plugin. See, I can load up Complete Control in here. But yes, Complete Control is a MIDI controller that integrates with this, but you can also just load a plugin in. But it's not going to integrate with the standard controller that I have here, the Yamaha, as well as with the Complete Control Native Instruments MIDI controller, which I had one and I sold it. It's great. It's good product. I just didn't really use it. So if you want to buy one, it's very good keybed, but just make sure you'll really use it to its full potential, because it is quite a bit more expensive than some of the other options out there. So yeah, this is our track we made today. Hopefully you guys got, just some basic tips, and kind of we could hear the instrument. I know I didn't focus only on Symphonic AI, but there's also another video of me. What I wanted to do for my video was strip away all the effects and show you the actual quality of the orchestral samples, because they're very, very good from Red Room Audio Palette series and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully you got some nice tips out of this, some library tips even on the ones we don't have deals on, and just how I do tracks and whatnot, which again is not the definitive way to do anything. And yeah, sure, I'll play it. So for those, sorry, one thing down here, these three, okay, my camera's probably covering it. These three right here are all the Symphonic AI. So we'll try to load those up as they play, and we can see, you can also change the chords as they're playing and hear the different sounds. So there's our track, foundation of Symphonic AI, 3 different layers, a little bit of map, and then adding the orchestral instruments on top. So it's about 4:15 almost been at it for 2 hours. Excuse me. Do you guys have any other questions, concerns? I'm gonna get ready to run some errands, eat some dinner, probably walk the dogs and hit the gym. Luckily, the gym is open back up, but I also have a home gym at my parents' house. Kept all my weights there, so I'm going to go in and take advantage of that so I don't have to be around all the other people. Oh, Melodic Cacophony asked me how I went about doing this. Do we have this in the blog? King Sounds, Audio Fire, Symphonic AI. Yeah. So, I mean, really, I did just turn off all the different layers. Hey guys, Brian here with Audio Plugin Deals. Let's check out blah blah blah. Say hi to Audio Plugin Pooch. I most certainly will. Chris said thank you for your time. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. Metal Time, good to see you. Good to see all our regulars and some new faces. Also some new faces as well. Thanks guys and gals, and make sure everyone who won emails the proper. I'm sure we all got this yet. Yeah, happy Friday. Go do something fun for the weekend if you can, even if you are isolated at home like we all have been the past few months. Just going outside and just sitting there or taking a drive with the windows down. It's alleviating for the stress and the isolation and all that. So thanks everyone. I will see you guys in 2 weeks probably, and we've got some brand new deals coming up next week, so we're gonna have some new videos for you guys. I think you guys are gonna like the next deal. Very good for orchestral stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a good orchestral library. Have a good day, everyone. I will see you next time. Stay tuned for more, so make sure you look out for the emails because I'm pretty sure we'll be doing this again in 2 weeks, so keep an eye out for that. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.